Hi everybody, it's Miss Julie. We are going to make some air dry clay. So the first thing we need is some cornstarch, and we need 1.5 cups of that. We'll put it in our bowl. So there's 1. And okay, the next step is we need our glue. So this calls for 1 cup of glue. I'm just using, I think it's dollar store glue, 4 ounces. So I'm gonna put 2 bottles of this in. Now I'm going to pour the entire contents of both. Okay, 1 bottle. Now 2 bottles. So now I have 8 ounces, 1 cup of glue. All right, the next thing we need is 1 tablespoon of vinegar. And 1 tablespoon of baby oil. And just have your baby oil here. So 1 tablespoon of that. And our last ingredient is our 1 teaspoon of lotion. So I just am using whatever lotion I have on hand, and it's 1 teaspoon of lotion. I'm just going to use my finger. Now I'm going to mix it all up. And I'm actually going to add some coloring, I believe, to probably half of the batch because I don't want the whole thing to be colored. But we are going to be making some projects with it here, so we want it to have some color. Add about half of the amount in, maybe a little less. And I'm going to put some coloring in it. Green. They're pretty dark. I'm going to use a different spoon here so I don't get it all . It's starting to get a good consistency. It's very sticky. Alright, so if it's really sticky, you'll go ahead and just add a little bit more cornstarch until it starts not sticking to your fingers. And then you're going to keep working it until it gets into like a dough form. And once it's in the dough form, you can form it into anything you want and let it dry for 24 to 48 hours, not in the direct sun. So I'd leave it inside for the first day, and then after that, if you wanted to put it out, if it's not completely dry, you could put it back outside or put it outside. This colored one is already pre-colored, but the white you can put into a form and paint it and decorate it any way you'd like. Alright, so this is the consistency. I actually had to add a little bit more baby oil and a little bit more lotion to get it nice and stretchy. Here we have the dough after it's been kneaded. And it's nice, it doesn't stick to your fingers as much. You can roll it out and create your design. I'm going to make mine just with a can because I want some circles. I'm going to make some ornaments with it. So now I've rolled it out, and I'm going to take my can and make my circle. There are 2 of them. So after I cut the circle out, I went ahead and used the bottom of a paintbrush, or you can use, if you have a straw, to make a hole, because I'm going to use this for an ornament. This is what we use the green for. My son made a turtle. He was very thick, so it took him a long time to dry. I would say he's actually still a little bit damp, and this has been say 4 days, and he also had a crack, so I would suggest maybe not making things quite so large. Also, I didn't mention before, but you do need to lay down wax paper on your counter when you're rolling out and creating your design and letting it dry on, so that you can peel it off easily. But this is the ornament that I have. You can see it dried fairly nicely. It has some texture to it, but no cracks, as in salt dough, which I've had experience that I'd make a salt dough creation and it cracks. This would probably work really well for a handprint impression as well. If you wanted to make a large circle, stick your child's hand in it and then let it dry, and then paint the child's handprint on the dough. That would also work out. Next, I'm going to paint mine. I'm going to do a fingerprint flower. So I'm going to take my ornament, and I'm going to do 5 or so little prints for my flower. And then I'm going to take some green in my paint and make a stem with some leaves on it. So I've let it dry for a few seconds so that I can do the middle finger print. And just to let you know, I just used acrylic paint that you can get at the craft store. So I'm going to use purple for my center. Just have a finger and place it in. Voila, you have a beautiful ornament. There is a glaze that you can paint over it if you want to make it shiny. But I'm just going to leave mine like this. And I hope that you enjoy this and make lots of clay air dry dough projects in the future. Bye!